Well, here's the thing that I see is New York City
Yeah.
2025. I see
You and
Coca-Cola
I.
hiring you. I will get there,
Yeah.
but I think you're going to get there sooner because you made the leap to full entrepreneurship
Oh, yeah.
quicker than we
Oh,
have,
my God.
right? We still have day jobs.
Yeah.
And that's why another thing, like I acknowledge you for as uncomfortable as it was for you to
Yeah.
be like, no, I'm never going to do this entrepreneur stuff. I need
Yeah.
security. I need security. And for you to shy away from that day job and fully do this, amazing. That's why I see, to your point, Alex, 2025 Coca-Cola, huge
Yeah.
mural on Broadway, New York
Yeah,
City, and
that's what I
you're
want, Kenny.
drawing with your name on it. I
Yeah.
see that.
I'll send you a
Right?
video. Hey, Kenny, remember that time?
You gotta give me some sort of
Oh my God.
credit
Shut
because
up.
you know I saw it first.
Kenny, you're flying down here. But yeah, this anti-entrepreneur, like I said in high school, I never wanted to. And then, so we're in university and we got to take some of these business courses. And the one's like strategic management organization. So it's basically a how to be an entrepreneur class.
Mm-hmm.
So it's all business kids. I think it's a class of 30. And then like a few of us design kids, right? You kind of, so my one girlfriend, Giselle, which is so funny. Like I went to Giselle Boehm, shout out.
Nice.
Went to school. We weren't really that close, but it's like, that's the person from university I'm like closest with now that I went in my program. Like she was the painter, the oil painter that did this and that.
Cool.
And we literally swapped. Like I paint now and she does digital marketing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's so weird how the world
Switch roles.
works. And
Yeah,
I'm like,
wow.
we help each other out when need be, right? Because we're in different but similar realms still. Giselle was in a lot of these classes with me, and she goes, yeah, I still remember the day, like we're sitting in this class and it's like how to teach people to be entrepreneurs. And I'm just like, in my attitude, like, oh, who wants to be an entrepreneur? These risk takers. Like I was even like, I don't even want to marry an entrepreneur like that. Those risky
You're like,
mother
what's an
effers.
entrepreneur?
Yeah.
Why are they getting so much
Giselle was
hype?
like, I remember you sitting there and being like, fuck all these entrepreneurs. Like, look at these dreamers and all this
Oh,
shit. And I'm
geez.
like, oh my God. Like, I'm literally my world's biggest hypocrite. Like,
Yeah.
it's like the ocean was like going this way. I mean, my dad's like a farmer and owns his own grain business. My brother, like, does consulting in computer science and like
Wow.
it's gone off on his own. So I'm like, okay, obviously like kind of in the family, right?
Yeah,
Like
it's in the
do
blood.
your own thing. And it's like everyone was like, they could see it from a young age. They're like, you're supposed to go this way, and I'm like, no, I'm not swimming away.
Rebel,
like,
rebel, right?
and I was like, literally, like I love what I do now, but it's just really
see
funny because I'm like, everyone's like, oh, like this girl that does art and mural and like runs her own business, like yada yada. And I'm like, Kenny, you're not going to hear the story you want to hear. Like, I'm like, didn't really want to be an artist. Didn't want to be an entrepreneur. Thought they were weirdos that were crazy, right? Like,
Yeah. Wow. No, that's incredible.
and I mean, like now I'm like, I can't imagine. Like, I love the freedom. I'm like, I'm one of those people. I'm like, I'll work my 18-hour days if I need to, so I can have X amount off. And like, to me, like working is like a high now. I'm like, I don't get this excited. Like I told you this weekend, I'm like, I've been go, and I'm like jazzing.
And
But
it allows you to be in that space, right?
Yeah.
Like, for our listeners out there listening to this, I want people to understand just through your story here that, you know what, you'll never know what you'll fall into, and be open to that,
yeah.
right? Going back to the interests of what you have and what you love to do on top of the personality.
Well, yeah.
You sandwich all that together, then be open
And then I
and
just
all these options.
like I eased out of my job, like very not like most people are like quitting my job, right? Like
Yeah.
F this. And I'm like, all right, 3 days a week, you know, and
Yeah,
like
you
I
did
have
it smart.
like I said, I have parents that are guiders, so it's like I trust their opinions and stuff like that. And you know, ease out. Like I'm not gonna go full blown, like be like, oh, you think it's the right time? And they're like, your decision, right? Like I'm like, oh my God, I just, give me a yes or no. Like
No, exactly. And
you
you know
know
what's funny is only you'll know.
yeah, right? So I'm
Right.
like, okay, 3 days, we'll try it, see what happens. And I remember painting at this one job, and these guys were like, what are you doing still having a regular job? They're like, you could be doing this. And I like, it was at a mechanic shop, and they just egged on me all these big, like
Oh, I
6
can
foot,
imagine.
6 foot guys are like, you need to quit your day job. Like getting at me, like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And I just kind of like, I mean, it was a thought in my head. So then I did my 3 days, and then I had this one weekend. It's just like everything else comes at once. I like slept on a show home floor for an hour in between jobs.
Wow.
Shit needed to get done.
Yeah.
And I was like, I can't keep doing this where I'm like working day job and
Getting
then like
pulled both ways.
yeah,
you have
and
to
I'm
choose.
like, I got to do it, and I got a leap of faith, and like I mean, most people do whatever they want, right? They make a like quit my job, entrepreneur. I'm like left and didn't tell anyone. Like
You kept it
people
low-key?
like this one guy was like, "What's new?" And I'm like, "Not much, it's just working. Like going to the gym." And
Still
like
hiding
6 months later, he's like, "What's new?" And I'm like, "Not much." He's like, "You still working your job?" I'm like, "Oh no, I like quit that like 6 months ago." Well, you know when I said what's new 6 months ago, like that's something you say, and I'm like, okay.
Wow.
I'm like, I just wanted to shy away and be
Yeah.
like I have my private life, you know, like people see my
Yep.
Instagram and my business stuff,
Yep.
and I'm like, there's,
What you do
I'll do my
otherwise.
own approach.
Totally. No, I
But
like that.
yeah, I had another like comment to make about like the anti-entrepreneur, but it's really funny. It's just winds were like go this way, and I'm
Yeah.
like, no, I'm not gonna go that way.
Yeah.
But I couldn't imagine it any other way now. Like it's a super awesome job.
No, I'm glad.
Yeah.
That's awesome to see.